Welcome to Freshman Legacy. I'm your host, Jasleen Notra, and today we'll be talking about the reflection. I'm here joined by MK and Josh.
Yo, we're
Hi.
back like we never left.
Shut up.
Okay.
So instead of going into the plot, let's start off a little bit about the short film itself. There are a lot of different type of camera angles used in that.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, so the theme was real horror-like, right?
We tried for that.
Yeah, it gave off real horror and like thriller vibes.
Yeah.
And it was the lighting as well. So there were like blue lights and then regular lighting. I think that's the first time you'd done something like that as well, eh?
Yeah, well, it was kind of like our first, I guess, proper short film since Josh left. And I recently became friends with Dee at the time. And he came up with this idea of like sort of a home invasion type story and said that his house was, perfect for it. And in his room, he had these blue LED lights, and his house was just kind of eerie.
Right.
And looked like it was from the 70s as well. And it was like a nice aesthetic.
So it just worked perfectly with what you guys are trying to do here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's far better than my house. So.
Yeah. And I was also going to say, most of it looks like it's taken either in one shot or like majority of it in one shot. Is that the case?
Yeah, we're like, okay, let's try do one entire shot. And we kind of like did a test run, and then we planned out the whole thing. And I think the only cut in that shot was, when he's at the window, the killer, and when he drops the knife, it's sort of like a cut to a different shot. And then there's like the stuff a week after, but that whole first section is basically one entire shot.
So you let the camera roll for about 12 odd minutes.
Not quite 12, more like about 9 straight minutes.
Oh, right, yes.
8, which is
so like
quite a long shot.
That is, no, definitely.
And
it would have been very different. It's quite a change.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard because we also didn't plan out the like plot properly or anything either. So we started off in the bedroom with him sleeping. I had to walk backwards down the hallway into the kitchen, watch him drink water, and then think someone's outside, run back to the kitchen, and then run around the house. And that's a lot of movement.
No, definitely. Yeah, so wait, on that mention of plot, what was the plot?
I'll explain that in a second. The last story about the long shot. When we were trying to walk backwards down the hallway, on our like second try, it was going really well, and I walked straight into the cat full speed.
No.
It was so painful. And then that's why on the final take you see him sort of catch up in front of the camera, because I'm like, I ain't walking into that cabinet again. Fuck that.
Pain. Yeah, but, oh my god.
But the plot's just something else, to be honest. We wanted to do some sort of thriller type horror thing, but then we were like, oh, we'll make the guy we've been following the killer, which doesn't really make sense, but I guess his reflection is the killer, I don't know. Just I don't.
Did the idea kind of just change halfway?
Yeah, we're just like we'll fix crap and add it on and see what happens.
Just bang here, bang there.
Yep.
And yeah, I was also gonna say, so after your 3 films with Josh, this was your first one with D.
Yeah, kind of weird not working with Josh, because we've been trying to, make short films together for like the 5 years we're friends before this. And then, just as we finally were doing it, he moved away.
And so then in came D, and you got the chance to work with him.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't think I would have anyone else to work with, and then he popped into my life.
Oh, well, that's really handy. But yeah, so Josh, after moving, how did it feel? Because you guys had been talking about this for ages. How did it feel not being there when when MK decided to release the next one with D?
Oh, it was fine. I don't care.
No
Good
hard
on her, yeah.
feelings.
No,
I mean, was it a bit strange though? Because you guys filmed 3 and then
no.
no, it was all right.
Yeah, it's fine. Really?
Yeah.
No hard feelings. Not at all. Yeah.
So then, when you got the chance to meet D, how was it? Did you like enjoy working with him?
I mean, that's for a later episode, isn't it? That'll be for like
The trip.
Pickle Rick or the trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Save that for other interviews, Jesse.
All right. But no, back to UMK then. It was still the first one with D, and then you guys made a few more afterwards as well.
Yeah, I think we had 8 videos after that. I think
Yeah.
it was 8 videos without Josh in it.
That's quite a few actually.
Yeah, I mean, considering we're only at about 30, 40 videos.
But I mean, I guess it doesn't really help that Josh doesn't live nearby. Eh?
No, I guess whenever he came back, we'd film like 4 videos at once. And just
Oh, that must be really good then. But a real tiring weekend.
Oh yeah, long nights, long days.
Yeah.
You don't mind doing long nights, long days, do you, Josh?
Actually, I do.
You do?
I like sleep.
Fair enough. I get that. But then so yeah, back to the reflection and whatnot. There wasn't much of a plot really. And then you're like saying that the theme was all like horror and stuff and like it was all done in one shot. Did you have anything else you wanted to do with the reflection, like the way you did with the Holy Pineapple?
I think we just want to try and explore the horror genre. I'm a big fan of it, and so is Josh, and so is D.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You kind of are. Don't lie.
I like it when it's stupidly funny, not because it's ever scary. It's typically shit.
Well, yeah.
So more like the comedic side.
The cheesiness, I guess.
Yeah, like 70s, 80s.
So yeah, like I was gonna say, like the slightly more comedic side of horror.
Yes.
I mean, this one definitely was not scary, and it was also not funny. So I don't really know what you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
I just keep saying that about everything, man.
Truth hurts.
we're harsh on our work. We're our biggest critics.
That is true.
To be fair, I do like two shots, like the one where the killer appears at the window
Mhm.
and then it transitions to the knife being thrown. That was well done. And then a shot of like the killer in the bedroom at the end, where the jump scare
Yes,
happens
yes.
and the camera falls, and then the piano music plays.
Yeah, yeah. How did the camera feel after that fall? Because that poor camera, man.
I was scared I broke it, to be honest.
Oh, wait, actually, wasn't that hard of a fall?
Yeah, it's also like about a $800 camera that I got for about 500.
Oh,
I
that's
put
quite a
all my
deal.
savings into it.
That is quite a deal.
And so like I was scared that I broke it, but it was fine. It's a tough camera.
It lived.
Yep. And
That's
we've
always the
been
best
using
thing.
it ever since.
Oh, wait, so it's the exact same camera.
It's the same camera since 3 a.m.
Damn. But I actually wanted to ask a little bit about possibly anything else. Again, back to the reflection and future projects for it. So though you want to kind of dabble in that area, what about the reflection itself?
As in like
Wow.
the future. No, I think
Guess
Josh
what?
can say a few
It's
things.
a remake.
Oh, a remake.
Yeah, what there's freaking remake with good shots. Because I worked on camera for some shots and those shots look decent.
So you were a part of this one?
The remake,
Yeah.
a bit, I guess. Not really. I was more
But
like
so there is definitely something.
camera work, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, he brought a lot to that one with some of the shots and lighting ideas and everything. He was
Oh,
there
that's
for
really
about
cool.
half of the production. So
So
But,
everything was just improved.
yeah, I mean, literally about a week
Yeah,
after this one
that's
came
right.
out.
I'm essential.
Like a week after this one came out on YouTube, I was like, I want to like do this but better, and I wrote a whole treatment for it, and that became the Reflected.
So that's what's gonna be called the reflected.
Yep, the Reflected.
Looks like we know what one of the next things might be.
Yep, and there's also a remastered version of the Reflection happening.
Oh, mean. So we
Which,
got the reflected and a remastered.
yep, both coming October.
And so
Super
they'll
wing.
both be around like the sort of horror thriller side.
Yeah, I mean, this will be, it will be a week after this one. Will be the Reflection remastered, and then a week after that, October 24th, will be the Reflected. So
Oh, nice. This is just
you
straight
get,
after one another.
yeah, you get to hear the behind the scenes of the original, see the original touched up, and then see the remake of it. So that's pretty cool.
That's actually a really good like transition thing. A little reminder of what happened in the original as well.
Yeah. I think with that remastering, I mostly just fixed the aspect ratio because it wasn't until I think about the trip where I managed to fix the aspect ratio.
Right.
And I mostly just cut out the ending. So after the 3 weeks later, got rid of all that stuff. That just didn't really make sense.
Because it kind of just came out of the blue sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I showed it to like my family, and they're like, I really thought he was gonna die, you know, like I was like, oh, why didn't he? Or
Why
why
didn't he
didn't
die?
yeah, well, why didn't the killer like actually try and get him? All he did was
Mhm.
just stand at a
I mean,
window.
if it's his reflection, why would your reflection want to kill you? Because if you're dead, then your reflection's dead. So he just kills himself. That's not very smart.
Yeah, exactly. It just has no logic behind it.
So it kind of just feels like this whole thing also Loki has like no logic.
Yep. But the second one's way better.
Right.
Like I'm genuinely proud of that one. And I'm not proud of a lot of the work we've made.
Well, I mean, you should be. It's stepping stones. Look at it that way.
I mean, like this one is how many months? About 6 months? 5? No, 6 months out of the original.
Mhm.
And to see the difference between the two of them it's really pleasing.
I mean, of course, there'd be a difference in the type of shots you take, and you know the ideas behind it.
I mean, it was also a longer production. It took about 4 months.
Okay, yeah. See, time and effort has been put into that one then.
Yeah, it was probably like 2 months before we actually started filming it, and then we filmed the first half of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't want to give too much away about that, but
Oh, fair
it's a
enough,
surprise.
fair enough. No,
But
you're
Spoiler,
good.
they curse.
the trailer is out on YouTube, so
We'll have to go off the trailer, but
if you're interested, go look at that.
yes, no, definitely. But will we be seeing D in the remastered?
Yep, he is still starring in it. It's the remastered, just the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's also starring in the sequel / boot.
One thing I did want to ask you about though was it did feel like the running scene was a bit kind of like lengthed out, like it felt quite long and kind of dragged actually. Like,
Yeah,
was that
it was partly intentional, but also like I was on a skateboard trying to like film him holding a giant ass tripod, and with the remastered version, I also fixed the music for it so it doesn't feel as long. Like
oh right.
the music builds up for it, you know.
Yeah. No, because the running kind of goes on for almost like 50 odd seconds, 45 seconds. And it's just like, 45 seconds of just running down the street.
Yeah. I mean, he was pretty tired after that and was running in white socks in the middle of the street at about like 10 o'clock at night. So
You didn't
he
happen to
had,
have any cars, stop
oh
by or
no,
give you guys a little
we,
hog.
we did have a car drive past.
Was that scary?
No, they just kind of slowed down and looked at us, and we just looked so stupid, you know. I'm like, I have the tripod fully extended. I'm skateboarding down the middle of the road, filming a guy running in like shorts, a t-shirt, and white socks. I was just like, I don't know what I just saw, and I don't want to know.
The guy was probably just real weirded out, like, okay then.
Fucking weirdo.
Just questioning kids these days now. But I mean, yeah, that's actually really nice though that you only encountered one car and not have to deal with many, because that would have been quite annoying to do into one take.
Yeah, I mean, we only did it in one take as well, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was quite surprised that, there was like no other cars or anything. How late actually did you record this?
I think it was about 10 o'clock because we could only go in when his house was empty,
Oh, okay.
just to make sure that, you know, it was quiet and like looked deserted, you know.
Yeah.
Why does this
Has
little boy live alone?
Well, the original idea was that his family was killed, but wouldn't have any other actors. So
oh right.
Yo, his reflection killed his parents? That's fucking dog.
What can you say? The reflections are something else.
My reflection would never kill my parents.
You sure
and
about that?
that's why you're a serial killer.
Shut the fuck up, man. Fuck you.
Okay, that's nice. I'll just go cry.
You're
Just
the
go
one
cry
who
in the corner.
said I was a big serial killer or whatever. I don't kill cereal, only toast.
So you're a toast killer.
No, he's a night killer.
Shut the fuck up. I've had enough of your bullying.
So definitely a killer of sorts.
Goodbye.